Yeah, so I got about a few minutes to spare, so I thought I'd get a quick boxing video in, just talk some random boxing talk. All right, so as expected, and I'm not surprised by this, and I'm gonna explain something to you when it pertains to this. There's only loyalty as long as you're with somebody. When you're not with somebody, there is no obligation to be loyal. So a lot of people feel like Eddie Hearn has thrown Devin Haney under the bus in regards to him defending Ryan Garcia, saying that he doesn't believe Ryan Garcia took PEDs with the intention to cheat. Like now, I noticed there's this notion to dumb it down and basically humiliate and shame Devin Haney. But people been doing that for the longest. And like I said before, now Eddie Hearn is basically then went a total different direction. But it's expected because Devin Haney isn't fighting with Matchroom as of right now. If Devin Haney comes back to Matchroom, then Eddie Hearn will switch up. That's what he does. You see this with everybody from Oscar De La Hoya. You see it in Bob Arum. You see it in Al Heyman. You see it in all these dudes. Loyalty only goes so far. There isn't really any loyalty in boxing. Boxing is one of the most race-oriented sports out there. Even though people try to pretend that it isn't, it really is. So, Eddie Hearn did an interview with Andre Ward. And of course, people are mad at Andre Ward, which Andre Ward just did an interview with Eddie Hearn. Andre Ward isn't the type of dude that's going to try to, show you up. He just let you talk, and then Andre Ward will form his opinion, off camera. And that's just basically it. So don't try to put this on Andre Ward. You mad at the wrong person. The person you should be mad at is Eddie Hearn. What's up? What's up, CB? Um, so I'm not surprised by this. Should anybody be surprised? But now all of a sudden the narrative has changed since Ryan Garcia has popped dirty. Now all of a sudden steroids don't make a difference. Well, here's the thing. To all you fighters that's sitting up here listening, if you come across this video, if that's the case, okay, then sign a waiver, put a clause in the contract that if your opponent tests positive for PEDs, you won't challenge the victory or loss. Whatever the case may be, you won't challenge the outcome in case of a loss. I guarantee you ain't one boxer gonna put that in their contract. Any boxer that's sitting up saying they wouldn't have did what Devin Haney did, you a motherfucking lie. Y'all all would have did it. But at the end of the day, these black fighters, they don't stick together. They're never on code. And this is why we have the distinction and the divisiveness in our community that we have. We don't have to like each other, but we do need to stick together as a whole and do stuff that benefits us as a whole. But everybody on that individual stuff, and that's why this stuff seems to keep happening. So I'm not surprised by what Eddie Hearn did. This doesn't surprise me at all. Eddie Hearn gonna be Eddie Hearn, And then I'm looking at the fact, it looked like as far as Tank's next opponent, Tank in all likelihood is gonna fight Jose Valenzuela. That'll probably be his next fight. And then depending on if Pitbull gets a fight in between, Pitbull may be in the card for Tank. Or they may try to take the Williams Zepeda fight, but it looked like Williams Zepeda is going to fight Shakur Stevenson in February. And then if everything goes according to plan, you'll see a showdown between Tank and Shakur Stevenson in Las Vegas in the summer of 2025 if everything goes correctly. But we'll just have to see. But I'm just keeping it a buck. It was funny listening to Bernie the Boxer. He basically said Tank is a cherry picker. Well, there's something to it. There is something to it. Tank has been very calculated on his opponent selection. You know, even though he did try to fight Lomachenko, and you can make an argument that Lomachenko may be past his prime and that Lomachenko put everything into that George Kambosos fight. At the end of the day, I'm going to say this again. Lomachenko don't want to get knocked out. And then you have Teofimo Lopez, who is all over the place. 1 minute he says he wants to fight these dudes, and then he comes up with an excuse. He says he could beat Terrence Crawford, but then he says, oh, well, I don't want to fight Tank because I have to fight the referees, the judges, and blah, blah, blah. Wait a minute, Teofimo, you complaining about judges? And the judges apparently hooked you up in 2 of your last 3 fights. Or 2 of your last 4 fights. A lot of people thought you got a gift decision versus Sandor Martin. And most people thought that Jermaine Ortiz beat you. So you sitting up here talking about judges? The judges that hooked you up a couple of times. But this is what I'm saying about Teofimo. He just a clout chaser, and he just full of shit. And that's just basically all she wrote. He talked the talk, but he ain't willing to walk the walk. He say these dudes' names just to attach himself to get some publicity and some headlines. Teofimo know damn well he can't do nothing with Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford would splatter Teofimo within 4 rounds. He knows it, and anybody with common sense knows it. You know, so let's stop playing these games. And TL, stop playing these games. At the end of the day, you have no leverage whatsoever. That's just real talk. Nobody watches you on TV when you fight, and nobody pays to see you fight. Like I said before, you can't sell out the parking lot of Walmart. That's just real talk. You couldn't sell out a parking lot at Walmart. Or better yet, that's too much. That's too big of that's too big of a standard for you. You can't sell out the parking lot of Jack in the Box. Nobody comes to see you fight. So at the end of the day, Teofimo already showed me who he was when I interviewed him in Vegas when we was doing that media scrum. When I asked him, what do he see in Crawford that would give him the idea that he could beat him? And he couldn't even answer the question. He was stuck, and he tried to do that. Well, let me ask you. No. You have to put 2 and 2 together. You have to put 2 and 2 together. The dude don't really want to fight Terrence Crawford. I guarantee you, if Terrence Crawford called this bluff and said, okay, we'll fight you at a catch weight of 152, I guarantee you he won't take the fight. This dude said he don't want to fight Tank because he feel like he gonna be fighting the judges, the promoters. He gonna be fighting the broadcasters. Like, bro, stop it. Stop it, dude. Dude, stop it. I mean, enough is enough, dude. You have no following, you have no fan base, because at the end of the day, you at the bottom of the totem pole when it pertains to Latino or Latin fighters. It is what it is. I don't mean to sound mean, but if you take it that way, you just got to tell the truth. You could have probably built a black fan base like Caleb Plant has done, but you say stupid shit. And then you always be trying to sneak diss black people and black fighters. But at the end of the day, just like a typical culture vulture, you like our music. You listen to our music. You try to emulate us. You try to talk like us. You try to dress like us. Hilarious. Yeah, he did turn down the Brian Norman Jr. fight. He said he would go up to 147, but he don't want to fight Brian Norman Jr. So that's what he does. He's a clout chaser. He doesn't really believe what he said. He don't want to fight Devin Haney. Master, I mean, this dude is just a master clout chaser. He just tries to attach himself to fight so we can make videos talking about who he wants to fight. But I see right through Teofimo, and I've been and saw right through him. He got every excuse in the book. He want to talk about how Devin Haney went about protesting the fight against Ryan Garcia, but you the same dude that was talking about, oh, I almost died fighting Joaquin Bolsa Jr. Well, you shouldn't have took the fight. But you want people to feel sorry for you. But here it is, Ryan Garcia blatantly cheated against Devin Haney. So like I said, now all of a sudden, this is what they do to black people. They now all of a sudden they trying to change the narrative. So I'm calling to all you fighters out, no matter what color you are. If steroids don't make a difference, put in the contract that if your opponent wins the fight and tests positive, it's oh well. You won't protest the fight. And if you do, you subject to basically giving up $1 million. I guarantee you, they ain't one fucking fighter that'll sign that contract or put that clause in a contract. I guarantee you. I guarantee it. So cut the shit. So cut it. I promise you, there ain't one fighter that'll put that in the contract. So for all y'all saying the steroids don't make a difference, I challenge y'all, put that in the contract. And I'm going to do a video too. I'm going to do a solo video talking about that. I guarantee you there ain't one fighter that's going to put that clause in the contract. I promise you that. And I promise you the next fighter that tests positive in a W, if he wins or knocks the other guy out, I promise you the dude going to do the same thing Devin Haney did. Mark my words. I'm out.